Storyboarding Playboard by Connor Hagan, Jordan Harris, and Dana Meehan. For the client brief, below we were given a client brief outline of what is required in the project being created. However, the rest of the project, which includes duration of the animation, the style, the assets, characters, and location, can all be created in whatever way the group wants it to be done. So we've been provided with a brief based on the Ring of Gullion, and the project itself is going to be used for upcoming events, projects, and to highlight the Ring of Gullion as an interesting location. So they are looking for each individual team to create a short film that demonstrates understanding of creating educational videos to promote the topic/location. So this brief is by creating a story featuring a character, and the narrative must be engaging and entertaining. So our team must demonstrate an understanding of the 12 principles of animation and include dialogue and sound. The brief recommends that one character is only to be used for the short animation. However, for ours, we've decided to have a small minor character. So the character itself will also have a character bio. That character bio is to help lead the motivations and the attitude of the character for the animation. So a script or a screenplay will also help the creative process in making sure that all actions and the sort of direction of the animation is kept smooth. So the options were Dragons in the Hills, the Ring of Gullion Archaeology, the Geology, the Caliabar Lake, and the Old Irish Goats in South Armagh. And for our group, we decided to go with the Ring of Gullion Archaeology, which will educate viewers on the location, but also allow for a narrative that is fun and engaging. So for the introduction for our animation, the title will be called Treasures of the Dragons, where the animation will involve an explorer who goes to Sleeve Gullion to explore the tunnels in the mountains and educate people on the history of the site and the various artifacts within the tomb that are spread across the tunnel system. The best image that could be used as the animation's inspiration would be on the right hand side, which shows a tunnel entrance that will lead to the cave systems. So obviously that image itself can be used in the animation process, such as the colors, the lighting, the types of detail that will be shown. So the area our group is designing for is the animation area, as we are creating a frame-by-frame animation that uses animation software to tell a narrative that will have hand-drawn characters, assets, and locations. Being able to animate the project will allow for the animation to be more creative and have a more direct goal, as each piece of the animation will be split between the group members to work on. For our genre in the project, the genres are adventure, education, and mystery, so that the project can be intriguing for the audience, but also educational, so that key points can be taken away from the film. When thinking up ideas for the animation, our group thought of the concept of Indiana Jones, where the premise of an explorer going into ancient settings and collecting objects that had a history to it was intriguing and had a good structure with many pathways that could be created to tell a good narrative. The animation style, which is 2D hand-drawn animations, was a choice that had many opportunities, as it would be up to the animators to add whatever they wanted into the animation and could use assets and images to create those animations. The target audience is in the range of 11 years old to 19 years old, with both genders able to watch it. The BBFC, which is short for the British Board of Film Classification, which is a board that applies any age rating to any film or show that is made in the UK. This film classification system will be used in our film rating as it is what is used in the UK. For the project our group is creating, the rating that will be applied will be U, which stands for Universal, so everyone can view it. But the preferred audience will be secondary school ages to post-secondary, as this would be an audience that would grasp all the details of the film. The platform that we'll be using will most likely be YouTube, as it is a free video streaming site that supports many video file formats that can potentially bring in many viewers. The film will be stored in an MP4 file format that will be presented at 1080p quality so that the film is clear and can be seen by anyone without an issue. When formatting the animation's resolution and frame rate, our group will be using software that has multiple settings that can adjust the resolution to give a better image, and there are multiple formats that can be chosen to export the animation, so any platform can accept the file. The plot and premise of our project is an animation about the archaeology of the Ring Gullion, and is going to be showcasing various facts and statistics about the area so that viewers can be educated and informed about the historic landmark and possibly have an interest in the subject of the area and go see it. The animation itself will be done so that important items such as the artifacts being discussed and analysed are highlighted so that the viewer's attention is focused and they understand the goal of the animation.
Mood boards. Each of us created a mood board each with the aim of collecting different images that would help us determine colour, design and style for our animation. This mood board is mostly a collection of real environments with some more cartoonish environments that fit our style better. Some are the exterior of the cave and some are the inner tunnels of the cave. There are also some colour palette options for the environment. This next mood board focuses more on character designs that we could take inspiration from. There's plenty of design, style and colour variation. It's mostly cartoony styles, which fits our animation style. This mood board now contains some environmental options as well as a detailed colour palette. We chose with exact names for our animation so that we could keep it steady the whole way through for each scene. For concept art, the following slides are a collection of concept art we did individually during pre-production. We each created a traditional and digital version of 4 assets, a character and an environment each. We used the mood board and colour palettes to aid in creating these designs. For this set of concept art, we have an exterior cave, traditional and digital, as well as one of the minor characters, a lizard, and a variety of assets. For this concept art board, we have more characters, the main character and the minor character, as well as different assets from the first one and some environments. And for this concept art, we've again another set of completely different assets, the first 2 traditional and digital, as well as traditional and digital versions of the character and an exterior shot of the environment. What is the narrative? We have the synopsis of an explorer who's narrating his expedition of the Ring of Gullion and searching for artifacts to add to his collection, and in the process learns the history of the Ring of Gullion's tombs, and along the way comes across various creatures that are rare to the location and help to understand the past through the artifacts he finds on his journey. So we have he starts off outside the cave, and then we follow the story throughout the cave and what he finds inside the cave. And it's a linear story with each scene taking place in a different setting. What is included and how many scenes? We've chosen a cartoon style that fits the audience. There are 4 scenes in the animation in this style. The exterior suits a medium long shot, which we're probably going to go for the long shot, because then in the inside to the environment. The scene transitions take place every time the environment changes as it resets our frames for the next scene. There are hazards and obstacles involved, so the audience will pay attention to alterations in the environment, the constant motion, something going on throughout every scene to keep the viewer's attention. Characters. Our main character is Derek, an explorer. We follow his travels looking for artifacts through the tombs and tunnels. He has an interesting story to tell, which we hope grips the viewer and makes them want to see how it turns out. He probably has some lighter colours because most of it takes place in the cave, so that'll contrast the darkness nicely. And we have a minor character, a lizard that travels with him, who again will probably be brightly coloured to offset darkness. Environment. Our animation is set in the caverns of the Ring of Gullion. The first scene will be shot of the exterior of the cave and the rest of the interior then. We hope it'll have a mysterious and eerie atmosphere. We intend to animate the background, such as like rocks crumbling, as well as animate effects on tools and findings. So there's always something going on to keep the viewer's attention throughout each scene. We have a more cartoonish style as it fits the target audience, and it'll mostly be close-up shots. Like I said, for inside the cave, only outside the cave would really suit any other kind of medium to long-range shot.
When it comes to the visuals of our animation, we decided, as previously stated, to reflect the target demographic and stick to a cartoony-based animation style, making the topics that we chose to talk about more fun and enjoyable to watch. When it came to audio, however, we have the recordings for dialogues of both the narrator and Derek the Explorer. We also have background music featured, as well as environmental sound effects for small details, such as movement, sound, and ambient cave sounds. For dialogue, we only have one character who will be speaking, and even then we tried to limit dialogue to only what was needed. The limited dialogue will be split up between a narration and the actual historian character Derek. The main focus is on the surroundings, art style, and ambient sound effects. And a lack of dialogue will mean that people will focus on details such as the surroundings, art style, and sound effects more. Featured here is some of the traditional storyboards that were created. Here is the digital versions for the storyboards previously shown. When it came to the pre-production material that we had to create, one of our strengths came from the way we split up the work evenly between us at the start of the project. Between character visualizations and concept art, I strongly believe our character visualizations is stronger. As previously stated, when it came to our concept art and storyboards, they were technically unfinished as we didn't plan an ending to our animation storyline fully. When it comes to the storyline and plot of our animation, the main aim is for it to be engaging and entertaining. And as a group, I believe our storyline is strong and engaging. All work was split between us, so as a result, none of us were competing. Jordan focused on environments, Connor on assets, and I focused on characters. Everyone was trying to do something different when it came to concept art, so I would say we were all even and no one was better than anyone else. You can always improve whatever project you've finished, and when I think of our project, it was no different. There were definitely details that I would have changed or altered if I had more time. When it came to producing our story during the pre-production phase, we had an idea of what it would be about, but never really thought of an ending, and even the middle of the story was a bit vague. Please find below the questionnaire, and we would greatly appreciate it if you could take 5 minutes to complete it.